Thank you, Michelle, and I would like to thank the CBS and GNS, particularly Dachokama Ula and the Bhutanese government and people to have our team here. I'm not being alone. I together accompany with the two gentlemen. Maybe I invite Kun Vitun from Biothai and Dr. Victor Karuna. Three of us will present this one. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I feel that the happiness is very much about the quality of food, and that now our presentation will be on the food system approach towards sustainable development business for the common good, and that I think that will contribute for the genius of business. Let me show you this some historical background. This is in 2009 when Dachokama Ura represents Center for Bhutan Study and Chulalongkorn University, the vice president, and our chairman from our foundation, Stien Koset Nakapati. Three organizations signed the MOU to set up School for Wellbeing, Study and Research that is derived from the Third International Conference on Cross-National Happiness that we organized in Thailand in 2007. And I will make things very brief now from that history to go to the sustainable food system, and in our views is equal with the system leadership or system change. And of course, when we talk about system thinking or system leadership, we think about Peter Senge, who wrote the book Fifth Discipline, which now will be in Thai very soon. I have a chance to attend the food lab, the Sustainable Food Lab in Rotterdam 2 years ago. And what I learned from that is 3 points to contribute in the leadership capacity. The capacity to co-creating rather than problem solving. And the second one, very important, that I really appreciate that this before lunch we have a dialogue, and would love to see more that the conference format will have more dialogue, and that is the very important second element. And the third element that we will emphasize here to seeing a system that is capacity of the leadership. And the components of my presentation is before we go into our work on the ground, we would like to tell why we need to tackle the food system, because we see the problem in the food system as we show in the in 3 aspects. The first one, the unsustainable production, unsustainable distribution, and unsustainable consumption. And that have so many groups and ideas and school of thought try to solve this unsustainable of our food system. And one of it, I think that Joseph Stiglitz, as he had been commissioned by the French president some years ago, he also make it very clear that it's about paradigm shift that we'll do. And I just wonder that GNH of business will go into the level of this paradigm shift, or how we cooperate with the business as usual and transform it. But here, our focal point is social enterprise as a central in the new economic, or in this context is GNS of business. And yesterday, I'm very glad to hear the statistic from the World Bank said 95% is contributed by the small and medium business. And we have a picture that the big business are the major payer, but in fact, the World Bank make it clear it's more rather small and medium. And they hire 60% of private workers. And our approach is about farmer and consumer partnership in order to help solve our unsustainable food system. We need the partnership on both from farmer, social entrepreneur, and the consumer. And if we look into this I pick up from Biothai. This picture that Biothai have elaborate is about urban food system. We rely heavily on industrial food. And if we want to propose this picture, how we can bring the good food to the kid at school or the patient at the hospital, then that we think that is the concept of organic food for all. The sense of equity of being organic food, not only for the high-end market at the modern trade or supermarket, but rather being into the school lunch for the children. And just learned that now, not only in the advanced or developed country, Bhutan also have a challenge of the school kids' health problem. Less vegetable, but more industrial food in terms of sugar and fat, and now create more obesity. And the less vegetable, as the WHO said, that we need 400 grams a day, or even 400 up to 600 grams a day. 3 meals a day, we need more vegetable. I would like to tell about some books. As a publisher, we have published some books. And this I pick up from Gonad Langen, the former president of IFOAM. He wrote the book, Global Eating Disorder, How They Make Food Cheap. He said that consumer choice is a myth. It's not true when it comes to food. What we eat is determined by corporations and governments and by megatrends, the use of fossil fuels in all parts of the food chain, the commercialization of our lives in the hand of big food. So cheap food is reflect that they don't count on the true cost of food in the whole supply chain. And that I would like to admire the work of BioThai that represented by Kun Vithoon, that they try to protect Thailand from the big food through many ways. For instance, the monopolize over the plant varieties by amendment in the law on seeds. And that Kun Vithoon can tell more about the Plant Variety Protection Act. Now we arrive giant corporation to monopolize the seeds. And that I think that the work of social enterprise should think in terms of deconstruction, not only construction. Of course, in this forum, very admirable, have so many cases of how we want to have model of change. But I think deconstruction is very much needed at structural level and system level. Another book of Helena Nabudhosh, Bringing Food Economy Home. She have make it clearly how homogenized of food supply. The same like Vandana Shiva on her book on Stolen Harvest, the hijack of global food supply, that she have showing clearly about impact of globalized food. Food mine is a problem. The energy we use from bringing food unnecessary transport around the globe. And we have the problem of harvest of food, post-harvest loss. And if we can solve this post-harvest loss, we believe that will increase incomes of smallholder up to 15%. Now we have 30 up to 50% of food loss in various supply chain, and we can solve only 5%. And this industrial food also make the problem of food safety. We have the NCD problem, and that in this hall last Friday, the 3rd, IUB have host the conference on the medical and health science report in the Council last week about the problem of Bhutan. People thought that it is not be affected by NCD, the non-communicable disease which cause like cancer, diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, toxics. And it's about the lifestyle that related disease of our, how we have our life behavior, particularly in the urban setting. And in this, in the conference last week here in this hall, the Minister of Health of Bhutan tried to allocate the budget of 53% of finance and material to address NDC at the district level in the 12 plan. It means that not only in Thimphu, but throughout the country, how the change of lifestyle affect Bhutan as well. Now, the work of UNICEF, one of our team member, Dr. Victor Karuna, UNICEF have shown clearly that now 11 or average 10% of children have obesity or overweight. And that is the food industry have to co-responsible for food crisis among children. Now the second part, what is social enterprise or a social entrepreneur? In case of Thailand, now we have more and more that young people not looking for job anymore, but they want to create their own job, the meaningful job. And that we are now in the process of legislation in Thailand to set up the Social Enterprise Act. And I would like to emphasize particularly social enterprise on food, which is about, I think the key definition, what is social enterprise, is about systemic change that will make social enterprise different from other category of the business, which I elaborate later. So the social enterprise, in a way, is a business created to further a social purpose in a financially sustainable way, or business for the common good. In the past, we have one side is civil society, the other side is business. Now we need multi-stakeholders, and traditional non-profit or traditional business is not enough. We need to create social entrepreneurship more. And if we look into the landscape of the social enterprise in the between of civil society one side and business another side, we can see that in fact civil society have created income generating, like the cooperatives. It's almost 200 years that we start cooperatives either in England or in Germany. But the cooperative is also another form of a kind of social enterprise or community enterprise that embedded in the community sense of belonging in the brotherhood and sisterhood, not only individual ownership. And if we look into business, have been pressurized by the civil society more and more, and that there need to be more impact investment, and CSR only not enough, and philanthropy is not in the production or service line. Business as usual who contributes something for the society. Now, the third part, I would like to quickly go into our work. We set up in 2006, when we start company is 2001. 5 years later, we have a network, so-called Green Market Network in Bangkok. We too already start in the north, in the south, throughout the country. But what we try to do is bring into Bangkok. And it is a picture of our green shop that among our staff enjoyed 2 years ago the award or something that we received from the GNS conference in Palo, and we share among our team. And in our company is a kind of intergeneration very much, and each of them have their own projects. So the company now 16 years. And we also celebrate 10 years of GNS that we organize in Thailand. But Suan Nguen Mee Ma social enterprise is just one of it. We have more friends in our network. I would like to show the photo of Kun Pruk, who are the owner of Dairy Home, the first organic dairy products in Thailand. And another one,
2 minutes
another
left.
friend. Okay, now I quickly go to my Full Market Asia Forum that we have this kind of people. We are glad that the first one in 2014, Dr. Kumara have also give the presentation on mindfulness and market. And this is, I'm very proud to show about the work of our friend from Japan, Seikatsu Club Consumer Cooperative. They have 350,000 members and they do collective buying. And another one from Korea, the Hansalim Consumer Cooperative. They have 600,000 members, 250 green shop. And the green shop manager, they call consumer activists. So very much about the food literacy. And briefly show the channel that I would like to show here. We have green shop, we have weekly green market, we have green catering. But the one dear to us is community supported agriculture, or CSA. And the CSA not only individual consumer eater partnership with the farmer. So myself, Hans and I are the member of the farmer for 14 years. We pay 52 weeks in advance for farmer to ensure that the farmer livelihood have been ensured. So every week, every Thursday, I will receive the basket organic vegetable from farmer who I know, Kun Panya, the current villagers who grow the vegetable for our family. And we give them the fair price for 1 year. And we would like to bring this to the green procurement, how the government partnering with community organic farmer in their neighborhood. But Ministry of Agriculture have to work closely with the Ministry of Hospital, the Ministry of Education to ensure that the lunch at school is the organic farming. That Kun Vitun also convinced the Ministry of Health. Now they have a green procurement policy at the Ministry of Health for 18 hospitals have to buy organic vegetable in their neighborhood. So thank you. I'm finished now.